Hi, I'm Liv, and welcome back to the Book Nook. Hey guys, so I'm back for Vlogmas Day 11 with something a bit different, and I'm a bit nervous about it, so I have drawn up a list of questions, and essentially this is my first original tag. Palpable nerves. So this may completely bomb, nobody may do it, it may be rubbish questions, but hey ho, I needed something to do for today and I thought I would give it a go. Obviously, if anybody does decide to do this tag, wearing as much Christmassy attire is, part of it. What's the word I'm looking for? Required. So obviously I have got my Santa hat on, and I've got my gingerbread man with Santa hat t-shirt on, which I didn't realise was quite so busy. Sorry. I'm also armed with another hot chocolate. Oh, you can see how, that's got some proper melted chocolate in that one. So I've split it into a few different sections, and the first section is on Festive Favourites. So, number 1, favourite Christmas movie. Now, I always think it's Muppets Christmas Carol, and I think it is Muppets Christmas Carol, but I haven't actually watched it like the last few Christmases, so I need to rectify that. And the one that I seem to end up watching every year and do really love is Miracle on 34th Street, the Richard Attenborough version. There's just something about that film. It's really lame, it's really cheesy, but I just absolutely adore that film. So yeah, Muppets Christmas Carol and Miracle on 34th Street. Who's up for watching Muppets Christmas Carol? Yeah. Number 2, favourite Christmas song. Now, I was thinking about this in the car the other day, and I think it might actually be Elton John's Step Into Christmas, which kind of took me by surprise, but it came on in the car, and I was like, oh, then maybe this is my favourite. But then obviously I do love Fairy Tale in New York by the Pogues, and then I love all of Andy Williams, Nat King Cole, Brenda Lee, Bing Crosby, that sort of thing, the old, really wintry kind of classy songs, but then I do love me some cheesy pop. Favourite Christmas television, without a doubt, Vicar of Dibley. Vicar of Dibley. Vicar of Dibley, Vicar of Dibley. How can you not laugh hysterically at the Christmas dinner episode, at the nativity episode? You know what, it doesn't even have to be the Christmas episodes, they're always on Gold or whatever. We just always have those on in the house. I could sit and watch Vicar of Dibley all day. Dawn French is one of my absolute idols, and I just love that show so much, and something about it just screams Christmas to me. So Vicar of Dibley. Favourite Christmas book? I have it here. I went upstairs to get it, and I couldn't find it at first, and I genuinely had an internal crisis, because I thought if I don't have this book, something's wrong, because it is The Jolly Christmas Postman. So this is my older edition, so the new one is all red now, and I think that was what threw me. I think I was looking for the red one upstairs, because I see that one at work all the time, but this is my quite old, quite battered edition that's falling apart. And obviously you've got all of the letters, and it's just, this was always my favourite Christmas book as a kid, and it's still my favourite Christmas book now. Every year I will just sit on my own one night and just sit and read it again. I just absolutely adore this one. I only kept a few of my real favourites from when I was a kid. So I've got this one, Hungry Caterpillar, and Cuddly Dudley. But this, it's hands down my favourite Christmas book. As you may have noticed from Vlogmas so far, and talking about sort of Christmas books, I don't tend to read that many sort of Christmas books. I don't read that much Christmassy fiction. And I think it's always something I mean to do, and it's always something I mean to do to get me into kind of the spirit of Christmas. But there's always just sort of so much that I want to read before the end of the year that December just becomes this kind of catch-up month. But at the same time, I'm always so busy I haven't got the time to catch up. And then at the same time, something else, but I've forgotten already because I've talked too much. So yeah, Jolly Christmas Postman. Favourite Christmas book. One of my favourite books of all time. Favourite Christmas season snack. Anything chocolate, but also Stollen. Stollen, 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 Stollen. I was really pleased that the other day I brought in a little tub of Stollen to the staff room, and within about 10 minutes it was gone. So everybody has good taste at work, so that's fine. 6 is favourite Christmas Day food. Now I was a bit torn with this one, because we often have crumpets for breakfast in the morning, and I do love me some buttery crumpets, but I think it has to go to pigs in blankets, and sausage meat in general. I think that's it. But then crumpets. How about pigs in blankets on crumpets? Favourite Christmas decoration. So you guys know that my favourite new Christmas decoration is Mr. Foxy, which is on top of the tree, so I will insert a clip of that now. Look who's on the top of the tree. Foxy on the top of the tree. Oh. But my favourite Christmas decoration of old, so the little bit of this one is show us if you can, so I've shown you that. But my favourite Christmas decoration of old, I can't show you because it's gone missing. I don't think we've got it anymore, and it was this really silly little thing. It was just this stupid little plastic red sled that I think must have been some kind of toy or something, and it was like really like cheap and not particularly sort of like amazingly crafted or anything, and it had like a bit of glue on it where something had once been stuck in there and I think I'd taken it out, but it was just this little red plastic sleigh, and I loved that thing. And I used to just put little things in it and drive it around and pretend it was flying and try and rig up some little toy reindeers to it with string and things like that. But I cannot for the life of me find it, and like every year when we get all the Christmas decorations out, I'm always just hoping that it will turn up, but I think it's something that got lost once upon a time. Sad. Number 8, in general, what is your favourite part of Christmas? For me, it is Christmas morning, waking up tired, hopefully when it's cold. As a kid, waking up on Christmas morning was all about waking up ridiculously early. Has Santa been? Is the stocking full? Am I the first one awake? Or who else is awake? And if I was up in London and sharing the room with my brother or my sister, it would be like, okay, have I woken up before them? And then sneaking in and jumping on mum and dad's bed with the stocking and all of that. And now being like a bit more grown up, it's still like waking up going, has mum put the stocking in the foot of my bed or has she just left it outside my door? And then just waking up and coming downstairs, and I'm usually the last one downstairs now because I like my sleep, okay? But I normally come downstairs and the house is full of like the smell of coffee and crumpets are coming, and it's always just lovely, and you just know that you've got a lovely day of just like chilling, eating, drinking, being merry. Love it. Christmas morning, that's my favourite part of Christmas Day. Next little bit is about traditions. So number 9, tell us about your favourite tradition that you and your family have at Christmas time, either on the day or just as part of the season. So first one that I'm gonna shoehorn into because I'm doing this. It's my thing. It's my thing. So the first one is that as a family, what we do on Christmas Day is we have all our main presents and then we have tree presents. So we stretch out the main presents throughout the day, in between snacks and things, and then we have our main Christmas dinner, and then we have silly little jokey presents. And I'm sure like everybody does something similar to this, but I'm never quite sure. But we have, these silly little presents that we all just sit around the table in between the main Christmas dinner and gathering ourselves for pudding. We do these silly little jokey presents. And then the last couple of years as well, my mum has been getting novelty cracker sets that have always got some kind of like toy in them, but like a competition type toy. So we've had like racing Santas, racing reindeers, and all sorts of things. Racing sprouts was one year, which was brilliant. So we always just have a little wind up sprout race, wind up Santa race. And then as the Christmas season, what we've taken to doing the last few years on Boxing Day is we go to the cinema. And it's something we just started doing a few years ago because we were like, well, there's only the 4 of us now down here, and what do we do? So we went to the cinema, and I think we started off and we had... what series did we have to start with? No, so the first few years we had the 3 Hobbit films, then we had Sherlock Holmes, or was it the other way around? Anyway, and then the last few years it's been all about the Star Wars. So that's just a really nice thing that I like that we do on Boxing Day. Number 10, any new traditions that you would like to start in your house, on if you have started, how they're going so far? I not really like any main ones myself. We've started trying to do the last few years, we go for some kind of Christmas attire on the day. So last year it was Christmas hats. My brother got us all silly novelty hats from the Christmas market, which we had to wear. Not so much on Christmas Day because it was so hot in the house, but when we went out to the cinema on Boxing Day, we all had to wear our silly hats. And this year, me and my mum have got us all novelty Christmas t-shirts. So that's going to be what we do this year. Next section is giving and receiving. Behave. Question number 11, what's the most memorable gift, good or bad, for any reason, that you've been given at Christmas? And the one I can remember the most is when I was really young, and we used to split our Christmases between London and Exeter because we've got my London family, so we do 1 year up there and 1 year down here. And I remember one year I was desperate for a drum kit, really wanted a drum kit, and I didn't think I was going to get one, and we were spending Christmas up in London. And basically I got one drum when I was up in London, and I was given the snare drum, which feels like a bad move. That's like the noisiest one, but I don't think I was given any drumsticks. So I was just walking around the house hitting this snare drum with anything I could get my hands on, and then the rest of the drum kit was waiting for me home here. It was one of those like little mini ones that, if you tried to sit and play it now as an adult, you'd look like one of those like clowns on a tiny bicycle. but with a tiny junket. Yeah, that is one that always sort of sticks in my head. Whenever I think of Christmas, I always think of that. And I can't remember if that was the same year, but it's a lot of the sort of London presents in a way that stick in my head. I think because, you know, you go all that way and there's more family up there. And then one year I got this giant teddy bear that was like as big as me, and he's called TD Bear, and I've still got him somewhere. So yeah, those are the most memorable gifts that I've had, that I've been given. Number 12, have you ever re-gifted something at Christmas that you've been given during the year? I myself haven't that I can recall, but I'm just curious if anybody else is a re-gifter. Number 13, do you prefer lots of little presents or one big present? And that can be in terms of giving and receiving. And I way prefer lots of little presents, both getting and receiving. I just think there's something sort of really satisfying, not just the kind of Christmas day spreading it out, you've got lots of little presents to open, but you can be like really thoughtful with lots of little gifts. And I think lots of little gifts means you can get away from that kind of monetary aspect of like spending big bucks on one big thing, which, don't get me wrong, is always quite nice, but it's kind of, for me, not so much the spirit of Christmas. And yeah, just giving like lots of little thoughtful things and getting lots of little thoughtful things is just way preferable to me. So the last question, number 14, this Christmas, what are you most excited about for Christmas this year? For me, it was the tree, getting a real tree for the first time, so that has happened. Just in general, Christmas Day and new Star Wars on Boxing Day. Star Wars Last Jedi, I'm going to find it really difficult to not sneak in and watch it before Boxing Day. And to avoid spoilers, I managed it in the last of the new trilogy, because last year it was the other one. Rogue One? Oh, memory. So yeah, that is the Feeling Festive tag. Yeah, I tag everyone because it would be nice if anyone wants to do it. Oh, the maple syrup in this has gone down a treat. Yeah, I tag anyone and everyone because it would be lovely if even one person did this tag video. First kind of original thing that I've come up with, and it's pretty kind of like, I feel like it's like a bit of a cop-out, but it's Christmassy, but I just wanted to go Christmassy for Vlogmas. And yeah, so I tag anyone who wants to give this a go. Drop me a comment if you do this tag so I can come along and watch it, and that would be lovely, and yay. But, you know, don't feel obliged to do it. I don't know. So yeah, that is the Feeling Festive tag. Give it a bash if you like. Have a chat with me in the comments below. Let's talk Christmas. Thanks very much for watching, and you will see me tomorrow.